Welcome! And today we're playing a Harmless card game, Mr. Magpie's Harmless card game, and when I looked into this, it said it was inspired by Inscription, and I love Inscription, so I am absolutely pumped to play this. So I guess without further ado, let's get into this completely harmless, not harmful at all, completely harmless card game. So, I assume you're Mr. Magpie. Let's, play your game, I guess. Career progress, jailbike rules, do your best, Monday. Okay. I guess we learn as we go along. I have 0 multipliers in my column. When you complete a column, gain money. Okay, so these are columns. The up and down are columns, I guess. I have 0 multipliers in my column. Interesting. Oh. Oh, that's touchy. Multiplies all future. If you stop now, all $24 will be yours. The time is 9:16 p.m. You have until midnight. 164 minutes remain. 1 minute passes whenever you flip a card. $0. Sad. I could test it. I figured. Oh, dang. Okay. So, I guess they're 1, 2, 3, 4 every time? Looking for hints. When an eye opens, flip adjacent hints. What are eyes? Can't afford that. Can't afford that. After an hour passes, transform into a random rare perk. When an eye opens, reactivate the light. I guess there were other doors I could have looked at. Immediately? Getting dangerous. Let's go gambling. So these are columns, these are rows. Yeah, we've already flipped that. 0 enemies next to me. Oh, I guess that doesn't count. Oh, okay. I thought there would be like a cutscene for that, but alright. Okay, let's try to do better this time. Multiplier. Immediately? In my column, okay. Helpful. I guess we could always stop here so we don't lose a heart, but I want to gamble this round. Probably shouldn't. Okay, wait, we'll stop here, because we already lost a heart. When an eye opens, gain $1. After an hour passes, transform it into a... I'll do that, I guess. One multiplier in my column. Okay, so then we'll stop there. After an hour passes, when you flip the last card in a group of +3, upgrade the whole group. When you flip up all non-enemies, gain a lot of money. We could try. Standard dose. Whoa. Side effects will include, but are not limited to, drowsiness, tremors, loss of vision, restless limbs, cervical insufficiency, Jerry, and sometimes a nagging feeling that you wish you had done something else, but now it's too late, you're too old, you should have started when you were young like Josh. Please consult a physician once you experience these symptoms for at least 24 hours, but before you are unable to operate a telephone. And then that's a lot. Whoa. Is that like a Bible quote? I'm not reading all that. And the exit costs money. Okay. Dangerous. Okay, we're done? We're done. When you flip any card, gain money. That's expensive. When you flip up, all non-enemies gain... I have that. When a round begins, flip bottommost card. Okay, sure. My row. There they are. Zero enemies in this column? Bull. No. I think columns are up and down. Yeah, columns are up and down. This is... Well, you know, we gambled a little and we didn't die, so... After flipping all multiplier cards, reactivate them. I'm good. Flip all hints. There's an eye. The eye opens. And we immediately lose. Okay. When you flip up the last card in the group with +3, upgrade the whole group. When you saw this perk, flip one mult, one and one hint. When you flip an enemy, flip a random card. I have 2 enemies next to me. I have 2 enemies in my row. I have no enemies next to me. Columns are up and down, enemies are this way. So... Oops. I need to pay attention more. Mostly to this. If there's nothing left but enemies, I need not to touch the cards. Okay. Really? It's this one. When you complete a column, reactivate it. I'm broke beyond all belief. And we stop. Just like that. That's helpful, I think. Especially with the way I'm playing. My row? 1, 2... Okay. We're done. 'Cause there's no more money. I know there's multipliers, but it's fine. We won't go into the eyes for a bit, so right off rip. Really? Not willing to risk death. One enemy in my row. And that's death. Oops. I will get this. Give me a moment. Okay. I think we're ready to head back into the 10 milligrams. Okay, so this is adjacent to one enemy. You have 0 enemies in this column. You have 0 enemies next to you. You have 1 in your column. The eye can open. Okay. You are adjacent to... What's adjacent to? That... I don't remember. Okay, I've been trying to keep it like that, where I don't go and test the waters. When an eye opens, flip adjacent hints. And it flips all hints, so I really don't need that. Two money, 0 multipliers, 1 enemy in the row here. 2 money in this row, 0 multipliers. That doesn't really mean anything to me. That's 1. That's death. That's death. That's 2. We stop. We're getting closer to this. Not really anything else. It's 1 value. You don't have space for this. Okay. When an eye opens, reactivate a random non-eye card. I'm gonna sell this bull crap. Kinda want this though. And that could be dangerous for us anyway. 2 multipliers in the row, 1 enemy next to you, 1 in your column. Okay. Made it to 109. And we have... Excuse me, sir. I'd like to... Thank you. 98 minutes remain. I don't think I'm gonna win, so let's get this. Let's open this, why not? I have 0 enemies next to me. I have 3 money in my row. I have 1 enemy in this row. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Maybe we will win this. I didn't realize that all of this... Okay. 1 multiplier in the column, no money in the column, 2 money in the row. Getting a little risky with it, and I don't love that. When an eye opens, gain for each hint. Sell that, buy that instead. Okay. 0 enemies in my column. 1 enemy in my row, 1 money in the row. Now we begin to risk things. That was just a bad set of luck. Okay. When you complete a row, flip a random multiplier. When you flip a blank, activate adjacent money cards. After flipping all dealt multiplier cards, gain +2 multiplier. I think I'm good. I have 0 multipliers in my column. I have 0 enemies next to me. I have 3 multipliers in my row. Heaven only knows what that is. We stop. I don't think I'm gonna make it, unfortunately. But now that we know that this does this, we can get here a little quicker. 0 in this entire row. 1 enemy in this row. 4 cash in this row. 3, 4, open the eye. That's testing luck that I don't have. Okay. Flip all hands when you flip all non-enemies. Flip the bottommost. Okay, we're going back in here. 0 enemies next to you. 0 enemies next to you. 0 enemies in this row. Gee, I wonder why. Crap. Zero multipliers in the column, 0 multipliers in the column, 0 multipliers in the column. Great, y'all. Helpful. When you flip the last card in a group of +2, reactivate them. When you flip an enemy, gain a +1 multiplier. That's a close call. Oh. If 1 enemy next to me, 0 enemies next to me. I have 2 enemies in my row. Time's up. I didn't win. I lost. Okay. I'm gonna try that one more time. I'm gonna get back to you when we go into the hundreds. Alright. First round in here. Whew. I don't have all these that I would like to have, but Not doing too terribly either. I say that as I have 1 heart left, so, you know. Dang. Alright, here we go again. 1 enemy next to me, 1 multiply in the row, 1 multiply in the row. Okay. Not terribly helpful. Why do I always do that? Well, here we go again. One enemy in my row. Crap. Round 3. Already? Okay. Alright. Unfortunately for today, I have ran out of time to continue playing this, but I would if I could. I'm going to leave the rest up to you for now to see if you can find a ending or the ending before I do. I will probably most likely do a part 2 on this later, but that was a good game. I can see how it was lightly inspired by Inscription, but other than it being a card game you sit across somebody from that might be not so harmless, it's pretty far from Inscription. I do enjoy it. I think it's interesting. So I will definitely be back. But yeah, for now, thank you for sitting down, thank you for watching, and thank you for hopefully enjoying as much as I did. And I will hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye.